Good morning, dear friends. It's Fisher here. So today we continue with our beautiful stories. It's story 34, part 3, The Power of the Spirit, and by Alfred Hosp. So we continue with Bruno's long talk today. So Bruno continued talking about her sons, and he said, "As far as my sons are concerned, I knew from the very beginning that the time of their being in their bodies will only be very short. But even so, as a human being, it was very hard for me to accept and endure what had been decreed in their case without being able to intervene. Because of this, my wife made heart-wrenching reproaches against me, and in the end, she handed over our children, without asking me, to the care of the doctors, where that which has been decreed by God was accomplished. In my wife's eyes, I had been a miserable failure as a helper, and she did not in any way tolerate my task, which has been given to me by God, and so presented me with the following alternative. Either I stay with her and I am no longer able to help even one other single person, or our ways part, but I had to accomplish this divine duty of guiding human beings back on the right path, although it involved the very existence of my marriage. Even here I remained obedient to God, for I had been sent to earth for the sake of the suffering human beings who had wandered away from the right path. So a separation from my wife, my first wife, could not be prevented." So, yes, little paragraph here, and Bruno give more insight about his personal life. So basically, because lots of people always wonder why Bruno had two sons, he's able to help so many people restore their health, and then to achieve a miracle healing, divine healing, but he's not able to help his son. And then in the spiritual world, often we forgot to consider every human being come here for a reason. And then lots of time we might be given 100 years by God to live on earth, but because we are abusing our health, so excessive drinking, smoking, of course some people might be on drugs, and then a very bad diet, lack of exercise, whatever, mental, and then work stress. So we probably don't even live till 60 or 70 years. That's our life. And then so lots of human beings here, they come here, they only allowed to live certain number of years, as previously Bruno explained, that has been decreed by God to accomplish a spiritual task, to accomplish the tasks God has allotted them in the other world. So everybody here has a different timing, and then again we should not compare ourselves to others, and then because they'll create inequity, and then they'll create iniquity in our mind, and they'll create the feeling of unfairness. Okay, I'm here poor, and then I live till 60 years, and I pass, and then somebody can live to 100 years, and then they enjoy a rich life. We are all different. We are here and born in a certain family for a reason, so to accomplish the tasks. And then simply some people just need to accomplish the task of live the life through without end their own life in a violent way, just to live a peaceful life. So often the person like Bruno, a highly evolved spiritual being, so it cannot be understood by the society, and it cannot be understood by the people around them. And how often, and you have your family members, you have your friends or whoever around you, and they do not understand you, even though you're right. You know you are right. but others is just so, what should I say, different. They're not as evolved as you are, so you might have the super good ideas, you know the truth of whatever happening in the world, but like all your families, they believe like otherwise, so they don't believe you, like it's quite difficult, especially in this difficult time. So there's a big shift or division of among people. So the shift of consciousness, the division among people, among the consciousness. Some people still fall asleep, believe whatever they are told, believe whatever they see on TV. And some people is actively searching the truth. They not only listen to one, it's like whatever they are told. They're actively seeking different opinions. They're doing the research, they're seeking out the truth, and then they will find truth. As the old sayings, you ask, and the answer will be given to you, and you search, and you'll find. So dear friend, I would say keep searching the truth, and you'll find the truth. Yeah, same here. So as Bruno was not understood by his wife, so and then his wife see him as a miserable failure, so able to help other people, so many other people, but not able to help their own sons. So at the end, Bruno's parted with his wife, because he has to remain obedient to God to fulfill the mission God has given to him, for the sake of suffering human beings. So that's always remind us, whatever the relationship we are in or the job we're in, ask ourselves, does it serve a purpose to you? If it does not serve a purpose to uplift your consciousness, to uplift your health, it only serves a purpose for your personal pleasure, and why should you do it? What are you here for? What's the purpose? What's the purpose you're on earth? What's the purpose? And also here Bruno mentioned the human being has wandered away from the right path, and later on in the book, and then Bruno mentioned from the very beginning, and then human being wander off from the right path, which is a God divine path. That's why the reincarnation came in. So that's why there's a birth and then there's a death. So because human being had wandered away from the very beginning from the God divine path, the right path. So that's why we fell into this cycle of birth and death, a vicious cycle, or maybe it's like a rehabilitation cycle, for us to learn all the tasks, for us to learn all the lessons, and then to go back to where we came from at the beginning, very beginning of humanity. Okay, dear friends, so we should have a good day, and God bless.